You guys remember this guy named Dave Wilson? Now, he's the anti-gay Texas Republican that ran as an African American in a heavily African American district. And get this, he won. That just amazes me. Now take a look. All right, so look at this guy. Now, I don't know about you guys, but he doesn't look black. He looks pretty white to me. Not at all an African American. Now, obviously, people were kind of mad when they found out that Wilson was actually a deeply conservative white man. Now, he played it off by saying pretty much all politicians lie, which, yeah, I guess, yeah, you would be right. A lot of politicians do lie. He told KHOU, quote, every time a politician talks, he's out there deceiving voters. All right. Well, but lying about your race in order to win elections, now that's really shady. But what about lying about your name and your political affiliation, even? Now, if you thought Dave Wilson had no shame, meet Cesar Chavez, Arizona's new Democratic candidate for Congress. So this is Cesar Chavez. Now, Cesar is running, like I said, for Arizona's heavily Hispanic 7th Congressional District on a platform of shared cultural and racial heritage. Now, this district also had a candidate that ran twice before, and his name was Scott Fissler. All right, so let's see Cesar Chavez again. Okay. Scott Fissler. Oh, wait a minute. Something's kind of off about this. All right. Let's let's do a side by side. Wait a minute here. Fissler is Chavez. Chavez is Fissler. Finkel is Einhorn. Einhorn is a man. The balls on this guy. Okay, check out the balls on that guy. He out Dave Wilson. So even worse, get this, the Arizona Capital Times contacted Chavez for a comment, but claimed he was too flooded with calls and emails. So he told Arizona Capital Times, quote, there is just simply not enough Cesar Chavez to go around. So this guy, what the fuck? That's really all I gotta ask. What the fuck is this? Is this the new GOP outreach program, guys? What do y'all think?
Well, technically he did switch parties, so he's now the Democratic candidate. But yeah,
this guy. Is what I pointed out in the intro.
I know. But this guy lost 2 elections, and he's so dumb, and he might not be that dumb because we don't know if this is actually going to work. But he came up with the idea of changing his name, getting a tan, wearing that hat, and running as a Hispanic candidate in Arizona, and that is hilarious. And I kind of hope he wins because that would be creative. It would show that the American voting population is not smart, which is something that I think a lot of us believed this whole time. And he chose the name Cesar Chavez, and he's using to show his support on his website. He's using posters of pro-Chavez, like people, but they're pro-Hugo Chavez. So not only was he a right-wing Republican, he's now Chavez, which is the last name that he probably chose because he could find people holding up pro-Hugo Chavez, a.k.a. the Latin Antichrist of the Republican Party. So this guy is amazing. I kind of hope he wins. In my heart, I hope he loses because I don't want to believe that people would vote on such a superficial, this is literally the same candidate. It's not like Obama and Mitt Romney where they're really, really fucking similar. This is literally the same human being. So in my heart, I hope he loses, but I really want him to win because I think it would be hilarious. At least win the Democratic primary.
What I want to know is, what's more racist? Changing your name to appeal to the Hispanic vote, or thinking that fedora is somehow in any way remotely Hispanic? What the hell does the fedora have to do with Hispanic culture? Have I missed something? I don't claim to be like Mr. Socialite, like, I'm the Southerner in the room, but I mean, God Almighty, yeah.
Yeah, man. Just take a look at this, man. It's the same guy with a hat and a tan. That is amazing. And look, he's literally trying to legally change his name. Literally.
He literally did change his name.
Yeah. He actually did change his name.
But that's not the best. Everything is amazing with this guy. If you notice, even from the picture, he even has a little more facial hair, a little more 5 o'clock shadow. He's going so hard to be your stereotypical Hispanic person. It's amazing. Like, this guy, I cannot believe that this is not like a Jon Stewart sketch. Like, we're not going to find out in a few weeks.
Sean.
What?
All right, so it's time to do a scientific experiment here. Sean, you're vaguely Hispanic. Do you own a fedora?
Hell no. The only people who own fedoras in New York are hipsters in Brooklyn.
There you go. I rest my case. Why is he wearing the fedora?
Why is he trying to run? Why did he change his name and try to run as a Democrat in a heavily Hispanic district? I think that's the more important question here. Was this guy tired of being Scott Fistler, which, by the way, sounds like a porn name, Fistler. You know what I mean?
I think he really, really wants to be in Congress. So he's just trying to sneak in any way he can.
Well, right, because he failed twice. I mean, he tried to write in as a candidate and just got destroyed. So he's like, I don't know. I guess I'll try the I'll try the Dave Wilson approach.
And by the way, this guy is like, there's no traits, as far as we could tell, actually like Hispanic like heritage in him at all. Like, it's not like me. I'm half Hispanic, half white. If I changed my name, I could do bullshit. I could go like out to the beach, get way more tan, and then say I want to use my mother's maiden name out of respect for her or whatever. Like, maybe I could get away with that shit. But this guy is like his name is Fister or Fistler. Like, that is the whitest name in human history, and he is the whitest guy in human history. But he really thinks that this is gonna work, and I kind of hope it does. And if that makes me a bad person, then oh well.
Well, his Democratic opponent has made sure to say, "Hey, look at this guy. He's not Hispanic. What is he doing?" She basically said that he must be doing this as like a joke, on at the expense of the Hispanic community, because it's almost what it seems like. But I think this guy is a joke on himself, and that's pretty much.
I just have to point out something here, if I may. This whole changing your name to a Hispanic name while having a political career is not unheard of. As a matter of fact, in Sean's home state of New York, I can recall one particular politician who was not doing very well politically and changed his name to Carlos Danger. So again, there's a theme of Hispanic names and vaguely porn-sounding names that seem to be taking over U.S. politics right now on both the left and the right.
I don't think he technically changed his name to Carlos Danger. That was an online pseudonym. Come on,
we just haven't had enough time yet. Eventually, Anthony Weiner will change his name to Carlos Danger. I'm not convinced there's anything stupid that man won't do.
Well, if you're gonna tweet your junk, that's pretty stupid. I guess you can't get a whole lot worse unless you really try.
Just a random point about Anthony Weiner. Can you imagine if Anthony Weiner, the most Jewish-looking congressman in the United States, or one of the most Jewish-looking congressmen in the United States, tried this? Like, this guy semi-looks Hispanic now. Like, it's kind of... The hat is fucking ridiculous. But this guy, he worked at it a little bit, and he might get away with it, but I can imagine other politicians horribly failing at this. I think John Boehner has actually been trying to tan himself for years to appeal to Hispanics and failing for years, so...
and instead he appeals to Oompa Loompas. I think that I'm pretty sure that this guy, he ran twice. He doesn't have any new ideas, and this is what a lot of the GOP has in common, is that they don't have any new ideas. So, you know, they do voter suppression. They lie sometimes even about who they are in order to win votes and to win elections, because their ideas, they don't work and they don't represent the majority of America.